Hey guys, Mike here. I just finished watching the movie Brave by Disney Pixar. By the time I finished the movie and exited the building, I knew I had to make a movie etiquette video simply due to the rudeness of the people around me. So I'd like to welcome you to Movie Etiquette 101. Now, we've all seen those short videos and recordings saying, turn off or silence your cell phones now. But that's actually only a small part of the problem. My goal is to educate the more ignorant moviegoer with a few tips to make your, and everyone else's, movie experience worthwhile and stress-free. Let's cover some tips you should follow in general. When going to the movies, you should already know what movie you and your group want to see and what time it starts. When waiting in line, you should have your money on hand so that the people behind you don't have to wait for you to fish out your card or cash. If traveling in a group, try to pool your money if possible to make the exchange move quickly. It's not always feasible, but should be done whenever using cash. Now, this is an unwritten rule where I'm from, but the very back row in movie theaters are usually reserved for couples only. This is for two reasons: privacy, and it keeps their tongue wrestling out of sight. When traveling in a group, you should seat yourselves as a group. Take care of snacks before entering the theater. Reserving seats for people waiting at the snack bar is annoying. Reserving seats for people who aren't even in the building is just rude. If your friends are on their way to meet you at the movies, you can easily wait outside for them to arrive. Do not hold a seat for someone who may not even be there, especially if the theater is full. Now here's a big tip: clean up after yourself. I've never worked in a movie theater before, but I would hate it if I had to clean up trash that could have easily been picked up and thrown away while exiting. Accidentally spilled popcorn and soda is one thing, but leaving all your trash behind is another. There's a reason there are trash bins just outside the theater. Texting during a movie is a big problem with teens nowadays, with electronics and technology. Turn the damn phone off. Unless Aunt Sue is dying and you're the heir to her $100 million fortune, keep your phone off. Not silent, off. Gaming devices like Nintendo DS's and PSPs need to be kept at home. If you're kissing in a theater, be sure you're in the back row away from everyone's line of sight, as mentioned earlier. We can respect that you guys like each other, but we don't like it if you're in our face about it, particularly if your kissing makes smacking noises. It's alright to talk and interact before a movie starts when they do those little behind-the-scenes things and coming attractions, but when those movie previews come on, shut the hell up. At that point, the movie has started despite it not being the feature presentation. Now for the biggest pain in the ass for any moviegoer: children. When it comes to children in a movie theater, I can be a bit of a dick, honestly. I don't go to movies that are specifically made for children, like Space Chimps or that one thing where those bugs go into space or something. I go to movies made for families of all ages, as well as adult-oriented horror movies like action or horror movies. Love zombies, though. If your child is noisy, I have a habit of chucking my gobstoppers at the heads of the parents. Not the kid's fault, he or she is dragged to the movie. I've been escorted out once because of this. Someone on wikihow.com summed up a tip quite well, and it goes as follows: don't take young children to movies that are too loud, too intense, too frightening, or too old for their age, especially if the start time is past 9 p.m. It's wrong to expect them to remain quiet when they're scared by the loud noises or terrifying images they're too young to understand, and it's just as wrong to expect other moviegoers to put up with a crying child through the most exciting or intense scenes in the film. After 9 p.m., even if your schedule permits you to stay up late with your child, the majority of other moviegoers have chosen the late start time for the precise purpose of avoiding lots of children in the auditorium. You may feel that you paid to see the movie and are entitled, but so do the other people who did not bring their children. It's unfair to subject an entire audience to the noise your child makes, and just as unfair to expect a child to remain silent for 2 or more hours. If you are unwilling to get up and take your child out of the theater if he or she fuzzes, it would be much more considerate if you refrain from bringing him or her to the movies. Just wait until the movie comes to, Blockbuster or something. When you decided to have children, you should also have resigned yourself to the fact that, until your child is old enough to behave, you will never see a premiere movie without pissing people off. If someone is being inconsiderate and talking or texting during a movie, calmly state that they are too loud. You shouldn't be a dick like me when it comes to loud people. If they refuse to cooperate, head out of the theater and find an usher and point out the offending person or group. You should also ask for a partial refund since you had to miss some of the movie to find an usher who should have been present for the first 20 minutes or so of the movie to weed out the disruptive members of the audience. I hope that fills you in on some of the irks that people have with rude moviegoers, so the next time you go see a movie, please be considerate of those around you in all regards beyond simply talking and texting.